Hello, Maplewood Middle School, and welcome to the next edition of Cougar Chronicles. If you have younger siblings, they may be today celebrating the 100 days of school. And while that's something that kind of drops off once you get into middle school and high school, I still wanted to acknowledge that. I think this year in particular, it is worth noting that here we are with 100 days of school under our belt for the school year. And we see you. We see how hard you're working, students. We know the challenges of this year. We know that virtual learning is not easy. It's not what you expected. It's probably not what you expected at this point heading into almost March. But you are to be commended for your strength, for your resilience. That does not mean we don't understand the challenges that you as students are facing. And so your mental health and well-being is what I want to focus on for today, and then just a couple of other announcements. Maplewood Middle School has been working with a consultant, and he is supporting mental health and wellness. We've been working with him for the whole year, and we really want to make sure that our students understand all of the different mental health supports that we have, and also that our parents understand that and our families understand that. The first touch point is always your grade level counselor. So if you're in 6th grade, that's Mr. Philemon, 7th grade, that's Miss Suda, and 8th grade, that's Miss Battle. And you may spend time checking in with them. They also might have you work with one of their counseling interns. It's also possible that you might work with one of our social workers, Mr. Stoudemire or Miss Patuco. And Mr. Stoudemire also has 3 interns that you might work with. So we have a lot of extra mental health supports. And then lastly, we have the Hub, which is a school-based counseling service from Family Connections, and that is headed up by Miss Kelly Curry or Miss Dominguez. She is one of the youth aid workers with the Hub. So we have a total of 14 people who are here to support you and your wellness. And whether you've met that person or not, whether you've only checked in with them a couple times, now is the time to check in with them. If you feel that you could use additional support, they are here for you. And if you can't remember who they are, you can ask your team leader, you can ask one of your leadership team members, an assistant principal or me, and we will connect you to them. We want you to take advantage of all that we have here to offer you, to check in, to see what you're grappling with, to celebrate your small wins. This is a wonderful team here at Maplewood Middle School, and we want you to take as much advantage as you can. We're finishing up Black History Month. We are so proud of our students who participated in our oratory contest on Tuesday. We will find out who the finalists are, and then we will have our live oratory contest by some judges in the community, some administrators in the community, and also some community members. So we're excited about that. That'll take place this Friday, and we hope you'll join us for that. It's open to everybody in Maplewood Middle School to hear our finalists, our students. They did some really inspiring things with their original work or their recitations of famous Black authors. We are heading into Women's History Month, and so I'll be sharing more with you about that for March. We are excited for our Women's History Month virtual assembly. It's going to be featuring some young people. We want you to realize all of the local activists in our community who are women, really making amazing things happen, and some of our activists who are students, Columbia High School students. So we're going to have a panel for you on March 9th, and we look forward to sharing more with you about that. Again, I can't say enough how important it is to check in with yourself, with how you're feeling, because it's normal in the winter months, with remote learning, with all of the challenges that we're all facing, to not always feel like yourself. As they say, it's okay not to be okay, and we care about you. The very last thing I want to share with you is that we will be sharing some information about some access to the building that we are going to offer our assistant principals and me starting the first week in March. We do want to put some things together, put some things in place that will allow students to check in person with us. And so you'll hear more about that later this week. We're just finalizing that and some of the details. We really want to make sure that in the midst of this all, that you realize that we're still here and that you can get to us as you need to. Next week, my video is going to feature some different faces, because as much as you must love me, I'm sure you're eager to see some other faces on this video. So we look forward to you seeing Mr. Brown and Mr. King in next week's video. Have a great week, Maplewood Middle School.